Hello, welcome to the SmartBridge webinar on understanding and comparing the reporting tools for JD Edwards. My name is Victor Lang. I'm Vice President of Enterprise Systems here at SmartBridge. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to cover the different reporting tools out there and their capabilities. Hopefully, we'll shed some light into which tools are best suited for your company and help you develop a successful reporting strategy. Here are some topics that we'll cover today. First, we'll discuss a little bit about SmartBridge. Then we'll go into reporting strategies. What's the right strategy for your company and understanding how to build a strategy. Then we'll talk about reporting options. What are the tools that you have available to you? What are their functionality and capabilities? Then we'll summarize the pros and cons of each of these tools. And at the end, we'll conduct Q&A. Please feel free to enter any questions and we'll try to address all of them at the end of the webinar. About SmartBridge. SmartBridge is about creating exceptional. We're a full-service technology consulting company. We bring together the people, the process, and the technologies to deliver successful business strategies. What do we mean by creating exceptional? Well, we talk about creating exceptional results and exceptional quality for our clients. As you can see from our client satisfaction survey, our rankings are well above the industry average. We like to work with our clients and we like to deliver results for them. And as you can see, our clients believe that as well. What are our services? Well, we divide our services in three main categories. Enterprise Systems covers JD Edwards, including World as well as Enterprise One. We do everything from IT strategy to enterprise systems integration, as well as infrastructure and application development. In Enterprise Information Management, we cover business intelligence, analytics, data warehousing, and master data management. Emerging Technologies is a group that focuses on mobility, cloud services, and new technologies related to social media and marketing performance analytics. As an Oracle Platinum partner, SmartBridge focuses on the full array of JD Edwards technologies and solutions. We cover everything from implementations, upgrades, and on to continuing support. Our services include functional, technical, training, documentation, managed support services, which includes CNC and database support. Now let's start with reporting strategies. Are you getting the most out of your ERP or investments? Well, part of that investment is understanding the business case and the reporting strategy tied with it. If you don't have a reporting strategy when you implement an ERP, you may not be getting the benefit that you want from it. Let's take a look at what happens during a typical ERP implementation. The sale's made, implementation team starts, and you begin configuring the system and the software. At the end, the project nears conclusion and your users start getting trained, and you go live. The implementation team departs. What happens after that? Well, you may enter what's called the valley of despair. What typically happens is there's a dip in user productivity because they don't understand the system. And if you haven't really defined your reporting needs, you may not be getting the ROI and your business may be at risk because your users don't have the information they need to run the business. If you have the right reporting in place, it can minimize this valley of despair and allow your users to master the system quickly so that they can actually get to the point where they're actually having productivity improvements. It's very important to define that strategy and implement properly as part of your ERP implementation. To define that reporting strategy, you must first begin by understanding your reporting needs. What do your users require? Historical reports, daily and monthly reports, transactional reports? Do they need analytics, ad hoc analysis, business intelligence for forecasting and predictions? What about financial statements, P&Ls and income statements? What kind of performance metrics are they trying to pull together? Are they trying to blend data together to create new types of dashboards and reports? Understanding all these different needs and which users need them and how they use this data will be critical to defining your strategy. So, what is the path to determining your strategy? Well, as we said, you must understand the needs. Understand what your users are utilizing reporting for and what your company's vision for growth is. Then, establish the right tool strategy. Identify the right set of tools that will meet those needs and will meet the needs of your company as it grows. Then, assign and train. Make sure your users are well equipped to use those tools and have the right resources and training available so that they can be successful. At the end, you've got to make it happen. Solve your reporting gaps and make the right information-driven decisions. As you develop your reporting strategy, you may want to consider the reporting needs and reporting capabilities that need to go with them. This pyramid depicts the different types of reporting needs and the level of capability required to meet those needs. They go from tactical level to strategic level type needs. For example, at the bottom of the pyramid, you have your standard reports. These will meet your daily run the business needs, transactional static reporting. As you move up, you have ad hoc, transversal, and interactive type reports. These allow for ad hoc analysis, a deeper level of understanding, drill down capability, queries. And as you move up, you have your predictive and big data reporting capability. This is pulling massive volumes of data that's growing rapidly in size. The data can be used to do forecasting and predictive analytics. It can provide your company a competitive advantage. Understand what those needs are and then deploy accordingly. Let's start with looking at the different reporting options. The first, JDE native reporting. JDE native reporting really is what you get out of your normal JD Edwards UBEs. This is equivalent to things that you might get out of a Crystal reporting, SQL Server reporting services, or even MS Access. They're static, basic reports. In the case of JDE native reporting, this is what you get out of the box when you have JD Edwards Enterprise 1. JD Edwards native reporting is the native toolset that's provided when you have JD Edwards. Think of the report design aid development tool and the reports that you build from that. That's what we're talking about. It's basically integrated directly with the UBE batch processing. So think of your financial integrity reports or any of the exception reports that you get when you run a UBE. These are the reports that we're talking about. It meets most of your transactional reporting needs, and of course with JD Edwards you can schedule those reports and distribute the PDFs. The downside is these are static transactional reports. There's not really any drill down or query analysis that you can conduct on them, so there's really not any analytical capabilities. You don't really have the ability to actually input a lot of visualizations. You can't do bar graphs or even logos or charts on these reports. And because you have to get into report design aid to build these reports, it really does require IT to develop them. We all know about these reports. We know that they're useful, but it only meets your run the business type needs. You may need more. So let's talk about another reporting option that may help you. BI Publisher. BI Publisher is an Oracle product that also comes with JD Edwards. In this case, I'm talking about Embedded BI Publisher. The Enterprise BI Publisher is another Oracle product that is standalone and is actually provided when we talk about OBIEE. I consider BI Publisher, or in this case, Embedded BI Publisher, an enhancement on top of the JD Edwards native UBEs. It basically allows you to take the JD Edwards UBE data and transform it into a much nicer visually appealing format. You can add graphics, logos, various visualizations, as well as do multi-language translations. So it transforms that data into a nicer, visually appealing format that can then be delivered in different aspects. You can deliver it as a PDF, a Word document, or as an Excel document. So it allows you to translate, transform, and reformat your data. But you're still talking about a static report in this case. The way that BI Publisher works is that it is actually working in conjunction with your JD Edwards native UBEs. You create a UBE and you define a template that matches a report definition. This then allows you to transform that JD Edwards UBE data into a new format. You can add logos, visualizations. You can even convert it and publish it into a XML file, HTML file, or as well as a PDF. And then it allows you to distribute these files either via email, printer, and other options. Let's quickly walk through how to create a simple embedded BI Publisher report. First, what you would do is you create a report template. You can download an add-in which will allow you to create a report template within something such as Microsoft Word. This template defines the look and feel, the layout, and the visualizations that you want on your reports. It's also where you can put some basic logic using XML. Now, this report template name will also need to match the report template object that you create in JD Edwards. So you're tying the report template to an object within JD Edwards. Then you create a report definition. The report definition links the JD Edwards UBE to the report template. This could be an existing UBE or a new custom UBE. The report definition also defines how that report is delivered. You have output types such as PDF, RTF, HTML, XML, and PowerPoint. So there's various ways that this report can be outputted. Once you have the report definition in place, you work on linking the report data and the visualization that you created with the report template. You then define how you want the report to be delivered, and if you want to burst the reports. You can then produce amazing checks, invoices, purchase orders, all basically pixel-perfect reports. These reports can be grouped and burst into different business units or by customer, however you want to burst them, and then print them out to specific printers or delivered via email. As you can see, it's a very nice utility, and it can replace a lot of the other products that previously were third-party products that you had to purchase to create some of these things, such as Optio, CreateForm, and Formscape. So, what are the advantages? Well, BI Publisher is natively integrated with JD Edwards. In fact, embedded BI Publisher has been available since tools released 8.9.6. You basically have direct access to all the data provided through a JD Edwards UBE and any of the data available within JD Edwards tables. You can build very flexible formats and pixel-perfect reports. In most cases, I would say it can replace some of these third-party products like Formscape, Optio, and CreateForm. And because it's integrated with the JD Edwards batch engine, you can schedule these reports and then deliver them in various formats. What are some of the disadvantages, though? Again, these are static reports, which means you don't really get the drill down capability, the query analysis, no real ad hoc reporting capability at all. You have much nicer pixel perfect reports, but they're still static reports with visualizations. And because you do need to integrate with UBEs and do some development, it really does require IT to build these and maintain them. So, what about the users? What kind of reports can they have that they can build and run on their own? Well, let's talk about those next. Let's start with OneView Reporting. OneView Reporting is a new reporting tool that came out with the new tools release 9.1. OneView now puts you up to that next level of capability because you can do some ad hoc analysis. You're no longer relegated to those static reports. You can start actually doing some queries and trying to find some more meaning into the data that you're looking at. So OneView is a product provided by Oracle. It is embedded within JD Edwards, but you do need to purchase it separately, and there are licensing requirements based on what type of reporting you wish to purchase. You can actually purchase different reports for different modules of JD Edwards. Oracle has created some very nice pre-canned reports for manufacturing, inventory management, procurement, service management, and sales order. All these reports are very visual. So you see dashboards, graphs, charts. You can drill down on these reports, and you can perform basic queries on any of these reports. So they're very nice, and they can get your users started with doing some ad hoc analysis right away. But keep in mind that you do need to purchase each of these modules. In addition, when you purchase the Oracle OneView Foundation module, you can start to build your own reports. It's very easy to drag and drop data from the actual data grid of any application and start building some tables and charts from this data set. OneView sits on top of the Oracle BI Publisher Technologies Foundation, but it's focused on the users. It allows the users to create their own reports and do ad hoc query analysis against those reports. For example, if you're in the invoice application, a user can create a report that shows them the open invoices and the pending invoices, as well as the invoices that have been processed. They can put together a dashboard that shows the different levels and statuses of the invoices and which invoices are overdue. All of this can then be drilled down to get more detail on the specific invoice number and the invoice customer. So where are the advantages of OneView reporting? Well, it's native to JD Edwards. It's part of the core Enterprise One toolset. You do need to be on a newer tools release, and you do need to purchase some licenses for it, but users will have access to it directly from JD Edwards. That means you also have real-time access to the data and information that they're building the reports off of and running the reports off of. It's very easy to learn. This is basically designing and creating these reports using drag and drop methods. So users really can have self-serve capability. If they can use something simple such as a data browser, they can build reports and be able to create visualizations using OneView. And these are mobile accessible reports. Because the new tools release allows JD Edwards to be mobile, any of these OneView reports can also be viewed through your mobile application. What are some of the downsides? Well, your analysis is basically limited to what the data that is available within the application that you're building the report in. So if you're in the invoice application, you can build a report on the invoices, but you can't pull data from other modules such as HR, manufacturing, or procurement. You're basically limited to that data set that's within that report. And if you wanted to create other reports that pull in multiple data sets, you may need to build a custom application within JD Edwards. As I mentioned, you have to be on the newer tools release, at least 9.1. And because of that, you may not be able to adopt it until you upgrade. So your analytics capability is still limited. You can drill down, but only to the limit of what the data set that is available within that application. And of course, because it is not available free with JD Edwards 9.1 tools release, you actually have to purchase licenses for it. It could be expensive because you need to purchase the foundation license to start creating reports, and if you want the pre-canned reports, you may need to purchase additional licenses for the different modules as well. Now let's talk about another reporting tool, Insight Unlimited Reporting by Insight Software. This is another very popular tool that can elevate your reporting capabilities. As we talk about Insight Unlimited Reporting, let's see where we are in terms of the reporting capability pyramid here. We had first talked about JD Edwards native UBIEs and BI Publisher. The native UBIEs, well, those are static transactional reports. BI Publisher, the embedded BI Publisher that we had discussed, gave us the ability to improve the visualizations and delivery formats, but we're still looking at static reports. OneView gave us some nice ad hoc analysis capabilities, but there were some limitations. Now we take a look at Insight Unlimited. It takes us to the next level of reporting capabilities by allowing us to do more analysis, deeper drill down, and blend data across various modules into one report. Keep in mind, Insight Unlimited Reporting is a third-party tool, but it does integrate directly to JD Edwards. You do need to launch a separate application, but it pulls the data directly in real time from JD Edwards. It provides true real-time access to JD Edwards World and Enterprise One. And it does have capabilities so that you can access other ERP systems as well, EBS and PeopleSoft, although those may require separate licenses. You basically get the ability to query, aggregate, and view various data sets from JD Edwards across each of its various modules. It has very high performance capabilities because it's querying the data in real time. And it's designed with the end user in mind. So users do not have to create reports by requesting it from IT. They can create their own reports and do their own analysis. So it's very popular among many of the different accounting departments that I've worked with. Every one of the users like the tool and are able to do a lot of their own work using this tool without needing to have IT create a report for them. Insight Unlimited Reporting has access to any of the JD Edwards modules. I don't think you see it here on this chart, but it also has access to the real estate module as well. And it's pulling data across all different types of ERP systems, but one of the most popular, of course, being JD Edwards. As you can see, you can do your analysis directly within the tool and query and aggregate data, drill down, create your own hierarchies, or you can output the data into various formats, PDF, Excel, and Word. So what are some of the features of Insight Unlimited Reporting? Well, you have user-defined filters. That means users can select the data they need and select the data at various levels, depending on whether they want to view a specific account or filter based on certain category codes. You have the ability to drill down, so you can go from a high-level data set into a lower-level data set and get more details. You have the QBE capability, very similar to JD Edwards, where you can filter data on the selected result set. And there are nice built-in templates for various modules. For example, when you're talking about the financial module, there's pre-built balance sheets and income statement reports that you can use as a template and then modify based on what you actually need. And the interface itself is very easy to use. It has a Microsoft Office look and feel to it. So if you're used to using Excel or Word, the menu bar navigation is very similar. It has a very nice feature for budgeting. So you can actually create your budget reports in Insight, edit, modify them, and then have basic workflow to approve and then upload those into JD Edwards. It has easy to use, extensive use of that search and select capability. So basically, you can drag and drop and pick what you want and then pull it into the report. You have various formatting options, and it supports things such as PDF, Excel, and Word. So you can create your reports, modify them, adjust them, and export them to various formats. There's a report pack feature that allows you to run and group various reports at once. This really allows you to easily pull in various data sets and run various reports that are grouped together by a user. And the time series makes extensive use of pivot tables so you can group data into multi-dimensional relationships. So it has a lot of nice features to it. So here are a few quick screenshots of Insight Unlimited Reporting. As you can see, you have the ability to filter and select your data, and each of these filters can be user-defined. In this case, I'm filtering data on the GL accounts, and I can select various category codes or specific accounts and pull that data into my grid. Once I have the data retrieved, I can format the data however I choose. I can create a tabular report, I can create a graphical report, I can put together charts. I can also export this data into Excel or Word. So it's very flexible and easy to use. You can see it's very intuitive. And in fact, many of our customers use this reporting tool quite frequently, and it's invaluable to their ad hoc reporting needs. So some key benefits of Insight Unlimited Reporting. Well, there's a common user interface, and actually it's very similar to an Office interface, so it's very easy and intuitive to use. If you're using JD Edwards, EBS, or PeopleSoft, it's the same application. And you have real-time access to your data. You have drill-through capabilities, so you can see data at a high level and drill down to the lower detail levels, so you can really explore and do ad hoc analysis. It's very flexible formatting. You can create graphs, charts, export to Excel, export to Word. And here's a key thing. It's easy to learn. There's very little training required. Although there is some training so you first understand how to use the filters and pull your data, it's very intuitive, and it really allows that self-service capability for the users. All the users that we know that use this tool have liked it very much and consider it invaluable to their ad hoc reporting needs. That's because they are not dependent on IT to build the reports anymore. They can build the reports on their own and do all the query analysis that they need without having the IT to maintain and build these things for them. An additional thing to know is that there are components such as budgeting and planning that you can also get with Insight reporting. These additional components will allow you to create a budget or a plan and then upload this data into JD Edwards so that you can have that forecast fully integrated in JD Edwards with an approval process. These are all some very nice features that come with Insight Unlimited reporting. So what are some of the disadvantages of Insight Unlimited reporting? Well, first, it's a third-party tool, so it's not embedded directly into JD Edwards. You actually have to launch a separate application to use this reporting tool. And of course, as a third-party tool, you need to purchase licenses. Each of the different components may require additional licenses that you need to purchase. And another issue is it's not mobile enabled. The reports are run on the desktop. If you want a mobile enabled interactive reporting tool, you may want to consider Hubble, which is another product that Insight produces. Now, let's talk about OBIEE. This means Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition. So now let's look at where OBIEE stacks up in terms of our reporting pyramid. We had talked about JD Edwards native reporting and embedded BI Publisher at the beginning. These are static reports that are part of the JD Edwards toolset. They're tightly integrated with JD Edwards, and you can pull data and format very nice reports using embedded BI Publisher. When you look at Access and Crystal reporting and SQL Server reporting, you can produce static reports with those as well, but they're not tightly integrated with JD Edwards, and you would have to completely reformat the data before you can start presenting anything in those type of reporting tools. Now, as we look at the next level up, we have OneView reporting. OneView reporting is also embedded directly into JD Edwards, and you can do nice ad hoc analysis and visual reports using this tool, so it's very user-friendly. However, you have some limitations in that you're dealing with a data set that's within the application. In contrast, you have a third-party tool such as Insight Unlimited. Insight Unlimited is nice in that it is also very tightly integrated with JD Edwards, and you're pulling data in real time. You don't need to reformat the data. You simply can drag and drop the data into the report that you need and visualize it. It also provides higher level capabilities because you're able to pull data from various modules into one report and do deeper levels of drill down and ad hoc analysis, creating your own hierarchies and queries as you see fit. Now we take a look at OBIEE. It provides all of these capabilities, really, because it's considered Oracle's enterprise reporting solution. You have all of the analysis capabilities that you would have with OneView or BI Publisher reporting capabilities, but in addition to that, you have the ability to pull data from various data sources and do some high-level analytics. So let's go deeper into OBIEE and to see what it's really all about. OBIEE, Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition, is really a business intelligence reporting platform. It has the ability to create almost any kind of report: dashboards, static reports, interactive reports, ad hoc reports for query and analysis, drill down capabilities, the ability to create pivot tables, slice and dice data, drill down, as well as mobile reports and advanced analytical reports that allow you to do predictive analysis and use programming language such as R to create models and forecasts. It's a comprehensive reporting solution. So what is all included with Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition? Well, you get the dashboards, the ad hoc analysis, you get the alerting and delivery, you get Smart View, which is basically integration of Microsoft Office, and you get the full Enterprise BI Publisher. So you have a full range of reporting capabilities and business intelligence. In addition, with the Foundation Suite, you also get everything that was included with OBIEE, plus you get Oracle Scorecard Strategy Management, Hyperion Financial Reporting, and the mobile apps. So you can see it's a full-blown business intelligence solution that provides all the comprehensive reporting that you would need. But along with that, you really need to consider implementing a data warehouse, because you really can't run these types of advanced analytics and these number of queries and reports against your transactional system. It would slow the system down and cause severe performance issues. To really take advantage of a full-blown business intelligence platform, you really have to have a data warehouse solution in conjunction with it. So when we say OBIEE, we're talking about a business intelligence platform. And with a business intelligence platform, you need a data warehouse. The reason why is the data warehouse provides you the underlying data store that is optimized for data analysis and retrieval. It is built so that you can store large amounts of data, large amounts of historical data that you may want to do trending and forecasting analysis against. And it allows you to retrieve that data very quickly. This is opposed to your J.D. Edwards transactional system, which is optimized for you to insert data. You don't want to be pulling large queries and doing a lot of analysis against that system. You want to have a separate database for this purpose, which is your data warehouse. When we explore the options of creating a data warehouse, usually they're looking at a significant project undertaking, but you have some choices in terms of accelerating that implementation. Oracle Business Intelligence Applications, OBIA, or Pre-Built Business Intelligence Reports and Applications on top of OBIEE. These are also integrated within J.D. Edwards. So that's an accelerator that you can consider that allows you to do some reporting right off the bat with OBIEE. In addition, there are multiple other products available in the market, such as Datalytics or with SmartBridge Smart Accelerate for building data warehouses very rapidly. So what are the key benefits of OBIEE? Well, first, you have the advanced analytical capability. This is really what we're looking for when we're talking about a business intelligence platform, is the ability to do massive levels of analysis and do predictive analysis, as well as create various models using something such as the R programming language to gain better insight, forecasting, and analysis into our business data. It's scalable for high performance, so it can handle big data, high volumes of data that are growing in a very rapid rate. And it supports multiple types of reporting: static reports, interactive reports, dashboards, ad hoc queries and analysis, creation of executive dashboards, and the ability to export to various formats. The ability to drill down, drill through, and view data at various levels and gain visual insight using various graphical representations as well as tabular views of the data. You also have the ability to self-serve in terms of each of these reports allow the users to interact with them and do their own drill down and create some basic analysis and queries themselves. And you have the ability to support the mobile platforms so that you can view these reports via various mobile devices and do analysis on them. So, what are the disadvantages? So OBIEE is a comprehensive business intelligence platform. It can provide you almost all the reporting capabilities that you would ever need. But what are some of the drawbacks? Well, with a platform of this size, significant training is required. IT must be trained in order to design and build a data warehouse, as well as how to create the reports. Users will need significant training to understand all the capabilities of how to utilize these reports. Although it provides integration with J.D. Edwards in terms of database connector, it formats the data for you, but you still need to design the data warehouse and appropriately design the data so that it can be retrieved to meet your business requirements and your reporting needs. A data warehouse development effort is significant. And then also the data may not be in real time. Because your data is separated from the transactional system into a data warehouse database, you're not getting the data as soon as it's being inserted. Therefore, you have a delay and you're not getting real-time information. The advantage there, though, is that you're getting more information in terms of you're able to store a very large amount of history and analyze it. Again, there's that dependence on IT to build the system, build a data warehouse, and also build the reports. So at the end, it could be expensive to license and build and maintain. So it is a significant investment if you want this higher level reporting capability. Now, let's look at everything in terms of what other third-party tools are out there, as well as some of the tools that we've already discussed. So let's take a look at these third-party reporting tools in conjunction of OBIEE and where things fit overall in the reporting pyramid. As we mentioned before, OBIEE is a comprehensive BI platform. Therefore, it can provide capabilities all up and down the pyramid. Keep in mind with OBIEE, you do need to implement a data warehouse, and there could be expensive licensing requirements. A data warehouse implementation in itself is a significant undertaking. So let's look at the comparable tools. MicroStrategy, Cognos, Spotfire. All of these tools are also considered enterprise BI platforms, and they have their advantages and disadvantages as well compared to OBIEE. The nice thing to know about OBIEE is that it's an Oracle product, and there's some pre-built integrations to JD Edwards. Now, when we look at the other third-party tools, you'll see that Insight Unlimited is in a different color. The reason why is that it has pre-built integrations with JD Edwards. In fact, it directly accesses the JD Edwards database, and you can do your real-time ad hoc query analysis using Insight Unlimited. These other platforms or third-party tools do require some custom development or custom integration to pull data from JD Edwards that Insight Unlimited does not. As you can see, there's a wide array of tools out there, and each of those third-party tools have their advantages and disadvantages all on their own, which would be a much lengthier discussion if we go into details about them as well. In summary, every tool has its pros and cons. As we said at the beginning, not one tool may fit all your needs, and you may need multiple tools. You really need to consider what your strategic goals are for reporting. If you need advanced analytics, well, OBIEE may be a good choice. It provides the predictive analysis and the ability to work with big data. There's other platforms that also support enterprise business intelligence, but OBIEE has pre-built integrations with JD Edwards. So all those factors need to be considered. If you're looking for ease of use, ad hoc analysis, Insight Unlimited might be a great choice. Also, with OneView, you have ad hoc analysis that's embedded with JD Edwards. But keep in mind, for OneView reporting, you have to be on the newer tools release. Insight Unlimited is compatible with all the older versions of the tools released with JD Edwards, as well as the world version. If you're looking for nicer looking reports, invoices, being able to burst and print paychecks, maybe all you need is embedded BI Publisher. So as you can see, there's pros and cons to all these tools. There's costs associated, different support for various versions, and also you have to keep in mind what your strategy is and how long you wish to implement and how much you want to spend in terms of your investment. All of these come into play when you need to select the right tool to meet your overall company's vision on reporting. So, recommendations. Well, as we said at the very beginning, understand your reporting needs. Establish a reporting platform strategy. As we said, maybe you look at a long-term reporting solution, maybe you also look at some short-term reporting solutions, or a combination of both. Make sure you staff adequately. If you're looking at doing an enterprise business intelligence platform, you will need to have those specific skill sets to develop a data warehouse and develop a strong business intelligence analytics group. Think big, start small, deliver with agility. So look at the big picture, understand that you have to do things incrementally, and then also make sure you deliver to your users so they have reporting and analysis they need and they can use right away. Also, you may want to consider mobile. It's definitely something that many users will require, and you might want to consider something that will provide you with mobile reports. Also, make sure you manage the change well. We're making a significant change into how the users do their day-to-day jobs, so make sure you support them and provide them the training as well as the proper communication so that they can get their job done. Thank you for joining us today. And now I would like to take any questions that you may have, and we'll try to answer as many as possible within the time allocated.
Okay, hi, Victor, can you hear me?
Yes, hi, Brooke. Do we have any questions?
Yeah, I have a few here that I'm going to help you assist with. The first one is actually a really good question about implementation effort. Can you give us an idea of what the implementation effort is like for the various tools?
Yes, that's a great question. As we stated, these different tools have different levels of capabilities, and when you look at something as robust as, for example, OBIEE, it's a business intelligence platform, we're talking about something in the realm of months up to a year, because not only do you have to build the foundation of the data warehouse, then you have to develop each of these reports, and then there's significant training involved. So what you normally do is you try to take these things and do it incrementally, and a big BI implementation, well, you're looking at several months and kind of roll things out at a few months at a time. The other hand, if you look at something as simple as OneView, you can just plug that in and you can train people in maybe a few days. Same thing with Insight Unlimited. It's also a very easy to use tool. You can do ad hoc analysis with it, and you install it, set it up, and you can usually get users up and running on it. You're looking at, again, a matter of a few days. And when you look at native reporting, such as embedded BI Publisher and your JDE reports, well, it's just a matter of building those reports and deploying them. And the more complicated the report, the more time it would take for IT to develop it. But in general, you're usually looking at just a few days there.
Okay, great. All right, so we have a next question is, which solutions have pre-built templates?
Yes, so we talked about several of these reporting tools, and quite a few of them have pre-built templates. When you look at, for example, Insight Unlimited, it comes with a wide array of pre-built templates for you. And in fact, it really helps accelerate the creation of reports and how easy it is for users to build their own reports, because you already have an income statement or a balance sheet already pre-built for you. Now, you do have to purchase each of these modules, but when you purchase a module, it comes with a pre-built template. Same thing when you look at OneView. OneView also comes with pre-built templates in terms of when you purchase each of the different modules, whether it be manufacturing or procurement, you're going to have those pre-built OneView reports. A lot of times, they're great accelerators because you can modify these reports or these templates and then adjust them and get the reporting that you need versus having to build a brand new report from scratch. When you look, of course, at the enterprise platform of OBIEE, you can purchase OBIEE. OBIEE are the pre-built business intelligence applications for JD Edwards. So there's a wide array of pre-built templates that you could purchase when you're on that platform. So several of these tools have pre-built templates, and I definitely suggest that you leverage those pre-built templates to accelerate your development.
Okay, great. And before I read the next question, I just want to remind everyone that if you have questions, please enter them in the chat box. And if we don't get to all of them before our session ends, Victor is going to be sure and email out all the answers to you following the webinar. So the next question is, in your opinion, which reporting tool is the most user-friendly?
Yes, so user-friendly, that's an interesting perspective because different users will have different needs, and the ability to ramp up and the ability to actually use the tool are a bit different. So let's first consider the ability just to ramp up on a tool in terms of the training required. When you have something such as Insight Unlimited and OneView reports, those are very easy to use and they're built to be user-friendly. So the ramp-up time is very short. Of course, when you look at static reports, you just run those reports and users are able to see those. So there's actually almost no ramp-up time. But then you look at enterprise business intelligence platforms, OBIEE, MicroStrategy, Cognos. Those have more capabilities with them. So the ramp-up time is a little bit higher. You're having to learn how these tools work. And in most cases, users are not developing their own reports using these tools. IT has to get trained and learn how to develop these reports. So there's a significant ramp-up time there too. But you have the capabilities. So once users are able to master these more advanced analytic tools, then they get more of the capabilities and they can do some of their linear regressions and run different predictive models if you want them to have those capabilities. So it's a matter of what you need and also what they're trying to do. But every tool has a certain amount of ramp-up time. The simpler, more easy to use tools, such as OneView, Insight Unlimited, they ramp up very quickly. There's very limited training required. Some more advanced tools with more advanced capabilities will require more ramp-up time and IT ramp-up time.
Okay, and another question is, do you know what tool is most widely used among the JDE user community?
Yes, that's actually a very interesting question. There's a lot of different tools out there, and again, that causes a lot of confusion because you might see one company using Spreadsheet Server and another company using Insight Unlimited. I can just tell you from my personal experience what I see, and basically what I see is a lot of companies do use Insight Unlimited because it's been around for quite a long time. It supports pretty much all the versions of Enterprise One, and it also supports World. So it's a very popular tool and very intuitive and easy to use. I do see companies starting to adopt OneView, but it's not as widely adopted. I think a lot of companies are a little bit shy because of the additional costs that they have to put forth in terms of not only do they have to upgrade to the new tools release, but then there are additional licensing costs with OneView. So I don't see that as much, but it possibly could start to grow, especially if they Oracle adds more features with OneView. I'm also seeing embedded BI Publisher gaining a lot of momentum, mainly because it's free. And so when you get something for free, you want to take advantage of it. So a lot of companies are looking to replace their Create forms, replace their Optios or their Formscapes with embedded BI Publisher, and they've been very effective in doing so. I may want to caveat that embedded BI Publisher may not have all the nice features that you may see with a Create form or Formscape, but it does, I would say, give it the 80-20 rule. It probably fits about 80% of your needs. And then the other 20%, you might need some workarounds. We've actually created another webinar and blog series called Advanced BI Publisher that discusses some of the potential workarounds that you may need to implement to get the full functionality that you may need that you currently get out of a Create form or a Formscape.
Okay, great. So as I mentioned before, we have, Victor will certainly be getting to any questions that we don't get to answer here via email. You also have on your screen in front of you now his email address, and he's more than happy to take your email questions as well. We also had questions about the webinar recording and the slides. We will send out the slides possibly, and we will be sending out the recording. I know we had a few low-level audio issues at the beginning, so we're hopeful to try to iron that out before we send these off to you. But either shape or form, we definitely will get you slides and/or video recording. So I think we also have kind of a little simple question here. Hopefully that's for you, Victor. What is UBIEE?
Oh, well, UBIEE is your universal batch engine. So that's the Enterprise One batch engine that is used to run your programs and reports, the batch version of those, of course. So when you create your JDE native reports, you're basically creating a UBIEE.
Okay. Let's see here. Victor, do you have any particular questions that you're dying to answer at this moment? We've got a bunch to choose from right now.
I'm looking through the questions right now. There's a couple of questions about some of the content here in terms of, quick question about the Advanced BI Publisher webinar with workarounds. Well, we actually already have that webinar available online. So if you go to our website at smartbridge.com, you can access all our pre-recorded webinars, including the one on Advanced BI Publisher. There's also a blog series on it that gives you a lot of detail about some of the things that we've done in terms of workarounds and implementing specific features like printing checks to specific trays and doing dynamic watermarks and those kinds of things. So if you are interested, definitely go to smartbridge.com and you can have access to that right away. I see another question here about Insight Unlimited and why did it get categorized with big data. So that's something I actually would like to talk to Insight Unlimited about and maybe do some more research. But as far as I know, it's usually tied to an ERP database such as J.D. Edwards, EBS, or PeopleSoft. So it's not really going to go against a Teradata or a Netezza type database, which would pull in massive volumes of data and be able to handle large growing volumes of data. They may be able to support that with their new product Hubble. So that's definitely a discussion that we would look into and see what that product provides. I see some questions here also about licensing costs. I can't go into too much detail about licensing costs. Those are some things that you'll probably need to go over with the vendor. I've just kind of give you kind of a rough idea in terms of categorically what the pricing looks like. As you get to OBIEE, it's going to be more expensive than OneView, and then obviously when you look at your native reporting and embedded PI publisher, those things are going to be free. So it's just a relative mark. I don't have specific costs for you. So those are a few of the questions that I've seen. Hopefully I can answer the rest of these questions via email, and we'll try to get that to you as soon as possible. Again, I thank everyone for joining us today, and I really appreciate the large number of people that have attended.
Great. Thanks, everyone. I will definitely be sending a follow-up email shortly with, like I said, slides and/or a video on-demand version of the webinar. We'll leave this open if you have any other questions, so you can continue to write them in, and we will make sure and answer them as soon as possible. And be sure to, I know there's some questions even as well, that questions such as discussing composite application framework and so forth, that we have other webinars on in detail, like Victor mentioned about BI Publisher. So if you go to smartbridge.com/webinars, or if you go to smartbridge.com and you look at our resources tab, you'll see a webinar section with our on-demand webinars that hopefully will go into the detail on those topics that you are looking for. So with that, have a great day, and if you have any